Okay, so this is gonna be a wild one, right? Because I fell down the rabbit hole. Got a lot of questions about this, right? Particularly this one. Put a video of me sharpening it, and it's very uncommon. Let me show you how I fell down this rabbit hole, and it goes hard. Let me show you. Over here, I'll put a little screenshot, right? And I'll even make it zoom in. Saw this video from the Royal Marines. And it was just me scrolling, doom scrolling, and I was like, man, that's a weird handle. What is that? Ring a bell? Looks familiar? So, one of the ways that I found it is that, by accident for sure, I was looking for a sheath for the other model. Let me show you. This is so exciting. It feels like show and tell. Nobody's going to watch this, but my best friend brought me this one from the land of Kiwis. If you hear that noise, that's because we have a pet pig from New Zealand, right? So I always wanted one of these, and hold on, let me pull it out. There it is, right? So obviously it's polished, very polished. These things slap, right? I'm a big fan of parangs. One of the main items that I make is parangs. I think they're amazing. They're like great all-arounders. I saw the handle from that, and then I fell down the rabbit hole of searching what it is. If you are interested in this, you have to look up the brand Martindale Jungle Knife or Jungle Machete. Because if you search Parang, it's not going to show up. Story goes that Martindale used to make these in Britain, but then ended up subcontracting to another country, if I'm not mistaken, Malaysia or something along those lines. Mine does not say. I want to say that the last time that these were made were actually relatively a few years ago, like 2017. Mine has 2017 from the date that it was made. But I mean, it meets quality control. It really is an amazing shape and an amazing like ergonomic design. So I watched a YouTube video, and then I just started searching Martindale, this, all the species, and then I found this photo. Hopefully this is showing up, right? Where you see some vintage ones, like old ones, and you're like, interesting. And I couldn't find one for sale at all. However, where there is a will, there is a way. I went on eBay and I reached out to somebody, and if I'm not mistaken, they were in Thailand. Somebody that I know that would make parangs like from scratch. And I was like, hey, I'm looking for some information on this. I'm looking like, hey, do you have this locally to you? And he was like, actually, yeah. He went and went to go buy it, right? And then he made an eBay listing. I paid for it. He shipped it here. I love handmade and I love, like custom. But in reality, you are not going to get the quality control that you would want to depend your life on from a handmade Thai parang or bolo or whatever, right? Something that a blacksmith is making on the spot. It's not, they're not really going to have that quality control that a well-known company with like that would have. Condor, for example, great quality control. I have some parangs there that are like bent, and I don't want bent when I'm out in the field in a jungle or something along those lines. You want reliability and consistency. Anyways, it's extremely unlikely to find one of these anywhere. I had a friend actually look for them when they were in New Zealand and some in Britain, but they were nowhere to be found. However, you can still look out. I keep seeing sometimes they pop up on WorthPoint or like eBay, and you could definitely get them there. But aside from that, they're a very unique and a great conversation piece. However, one that is readily available are these. I'm not a huge fan of the handle, or the way they come. They actually come dull. They come in butter knife format, so you can see that it's been sharpened very heavily. And actually, the finish is really not that good. The finish on the other one is actually significantly better. These are actually really really good quality. And if you want me to compare them, let me see. Don't mind the mess. We're reconfiguring the forge. You can see that this is the Golok and this is the jungle one. The jungle one is significantly thinner, and it thins out towards the tip. This is a consistent length. When I first got these, I was like, oh man, this is going to be like a point of failure, but not at all. These things get plenty of abuse and they hold up really well. And it's a good size where it's not like too sword-like, if you will. So I really prefer these ones. I actually cleaned this up significantly because it used to have like ugliness. But yeah, these are great. The main issue is that you have to labor quite a bit to sharpen them if you don't have like machinery, because over here I have heavy duty machinery, and even with like heavy duty machinery, it took me to reprofile and regrind the always somebody making noise, to resharpen it and reprofile the jungle one, right? Took me about 20-30 minutes, and that's with heavy grids and like, you know, profiling and stuff like that. So if you're doing it by hand, expect that to be a 1 or 2 hour endeavor, because they are significantly hard. So a file might not like do it as effectively as you would like imagine. Would pay somebody to do it, honestly. Anyways, this is to address what everybody's been asking. But yeah, that story time. Hope you learned something and saw something you like. Maybe you'll buy one and you'll enjoy it for the rest of your life.